Morning. Forrest Gump said life is like a box of chocolates. Um, and he's right, often sweet on the outside and bitter and nasty on the inside. I want to talk about feelings. I made a comment on a post about relapse in a group a couple of days ago, and had a couple of people that jumped me and told me that, I need to consider other people's feelings or how they're feeling. Um, but in this group, fuck your feelings. You know, um, your feelings can cost you sobriety. Your feelings can cost you your life. I don't mean that you aren't going to feel things. After 11 and a half years of sobriety, I feel things totally different than I did before I quit. I feel things nowadays. I feel pain. I feel sadness. I feel depression. I feel regret. I feel resentment. I feel all those fucking things that you're supposed to feel. And that's the thing. You're supposed to have those feelings. You're supposed to have those emotions. The last month has been really trying. We lost somebody very, very close to us. And then there's been some other hardships in our life in the last few weeks that I'm not going to go into because it's not really my story. Um, but when it comes to your feelings, um, if I worry or I see that where you're feeling, where your headspace is at, is going to get you drunk or high, fuck your feelings. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to coddle you. There are parts of recovery nowadays that have gotten that way, that have gotten soft as far as I'm concerned. Not saying they're wrong. I'm just telling you my feelings on the situation. When I got clean and sober, the old guys and gals that were in recovery at the time, they weren't nice to me. They told me, pull the cotton out of your ears, stick it in your mouth. I was told to shut up and sit there and listen. I was told that I didn't know anything. I was told that, I needed to learn. Um, I was told that I have two ears and one mouth, so I can listen twice as much. You know, they didn't give a damn about my feelings. And I'm glad that they didn't because you know what? Here I am alive 11 and a half years later. You know, I'm not in recovery to worry about people's feelings. I'm in recovery to worry about my sobriety. And I'm worried about your sobriety. I worry about you staying clean. So I'm going to be who I am no matter what the circumstance. Now, I try to find humor in everything that happens in life because laughing is so much easier than crying. That's just a simple fact. So when you're struggling, you need somebody that's going to be real. You need somebody that's going to point out the reality of life at that time. When you're feeling down and you're feeling blue, you need somebody that's going to point out to you what really is going on in life. Now this is just my opinion. I'm no expert. I'm not gone to school. I don't hold any degrees in addiction or recovery, you know, but I do hold a PhD from the School of Hard Knocks. I live life the hardest fucking way possible. Um, so when you get clean, when you get sober, you start to feel things on a deeper level. And I respect that, but comfort for the disquieted and uncomfort for the complacent. That's what, it helps keep us sober. When you're on the edge, I'm not going to come and beat you up, but when we talk, I'm going to be real. I'm not going to poo poo around it. I'm not this kindler, gentler AA, you know. Um, but you will start to feel things differently. And the further away from the drinks and the drugs that you get, the more that you're going to feel things to the point that eventually you're going to feel things on a spiritual level. And that's what you're trying to attain. You know, the pain that I went through recently, the struggles that I've gone through recently, affected me on a spiritual level. Um, but with my higher power and my program, I was able to get through those things and see them for what they were. I didn't pick up a drink. I didn't pick up a drug. The obsession is gone. And in my case, the obsession is gone because people were not nice to me. They didn't care about my feelings. They cared about my life. And that's the way that I look at things. I'd rather save your life than spare your feelings. So, you know, this is not a bitch fest. This is not, you know, me complaining. This is just me stating my opinions on recovery. This is me stating how I feel about it. Those people who are softer, gentler, they're not wrong. They're surviving, they're staying sober. And there are those of us who need that approach. I'm not for those people. I mean, I'm not everybody's cup of coffee, because fuck tea. Um, you know, there are people here that understand where I'm coming from, and that's the people that I'm trying to reach. The people that are like me, that are bullheaded, that are stubborn, that don't give a fuck what other people say or think. Those are the people that I'm here for. Those are the people that I speak to. There is no right way to get drunk or high. There isn't. But there also is no wrong way to get clean and sober. You find what works for you. What works for me is people who talk real, people who take it serious, people who take it as life and death. That's what works for me. And if that doesn't work for you, there are other ways out there in the program. There are other people out there in the program. When you come in and you're new and you're struggling and you don't know what the fuck to do, you look for what you need and what works for you. When I came in, I looked for the people that were like me. That's who saved my life. So it's not for somebody to attack me on social media because I made a comment. It was funny because it was about relapse, and all I said, the only comment I made was relapse is not a requirement of sobriety. And I was told that I was insensitive and that I need to stop and consider how people feel. Well, I don't need to stop and consider shit. I never do. It is a fact. Relapse is not a requirement of sobriety, period. You will not find it in any of our literature. Nowhere does it say you must relapse to recover. So, somebody attacking me on social media, but instead of arguing with them, I just let their comment slide and let it go because I have that fucking ability. But it just got me thinking about feelings and stuff like that. So, this video is a little rambling, it seems like, but I just felt like I needed to get my opinion out there, and maybe the people that made the comments are secretly part of this group. I don't know. I told other people about it, and sometimes when people comment, I tell them, hey, I run my own group, come check it out. They may be here on the sidelines watching. That may be what they need, but they don't want to admit it. The difference is I'm always real. I'm never ever going to be fake with anybody. I will always be who I am. You guys have a great day. I love you all. Bye.